How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. Today we're going to take another look at Dominaria United by cracking open a set booster box. Thus far I have opened up two other set booster boxes on channel, and the first one was one of the best set booster boxes I've opened up of possibly any set other than maybe like Modern Horizons 2, which is kind of its own thing. The second box I opened was also no slouch and was really high end, so my expectations are kind of high, but also, I don't know, tempered, if that's possible to be both. We're getting ready to move towards Unfinity, and I'll probably test the waters with at least a couple of boxes of that. But before we moved on to that, there's still some stuff that I wanted to open up and hopefully, pull out of this. And then before we know it, we'll actually be at Brothers War. So again, we're going to take another look at Dominaria United before we get into the unfun, if you will. So with that being said, let's do what we do. Let's crack some packs. Pricing wise, we have a pretty good idea of what the hits are in this set at this point. As of the filming of this video, the set booster boxes have actually held fairly well. I think these are sitting at about 115 a piece. And as I mentioned, pricing wise, we have a pretty good idea of what is there pricing wise. It is the set. I cracked. I knew I'd cracked it with that when I pulled off the glue. That's okay. We're gonna open it anyway. The two big hits, it is a little top heavy right now. Shieldred and Liliana are the two big hits. So our box topper is going to be the foil Marhalt Dragon General, if you will. So, little top heavy. We know that Shieldred, we know that Liliana are the two big hits. Not a big surprise there. Timeless Lotus holding its own. And that has a lot to do with the fact that you can only find, there's only one version of it. It's the regular art and then the foil version of that art. But there is no other. Hey, Baru Worm Speaker, that's kind of cool. Nice little commander rare there. Angel of Archangel of Wrath as a rare, our first rare, regular rare, and then Hurler Cyclops as the foil uncommon. What do we want to do here? Those can both stay down there. So Timeless Lotus is still holding its own at around $21, $22. Karn's Silex is also our first signed art card. They've kind of upped the amount of these. You're usually finding about 3 or 4 of these per box now. First Stained Glass land of the box is going to be a Forest. Those are still holding at about a couple dollars a piece. I can imagine that before every set had full art versions, that those would have been. At one point, once upon a time, those full art lands, those stained glass lands would have been mega dollars, but they're still a couple bucks a piece. Temporal Firestorm as our next rare. Charismatic Vanguard as our foil common. I think that the land cycle in this set is, I don't want to say criminally underrated, but I'll just say regularly underrated. The pain lands are, as of the filming of this video, are mostly like $1 or $2 a piece, and to me that is way undervalued for like their actual playability. I'm surprised. I know that they don't have the actual basic land types on them. Speaking of, Yavimaya Coast, our first land of the box, and I think we're averaging about 5 or 6 of these per box, and maybe hey, list hit and a good one. Orum's Chant, man, there was a day when this card was just the it card. You throw that on an Isochron Scepter, and it was lights out for your opponent. Orum's Chant, that is a throwback. What is that from? Planar something. Not, I don't want to say Planar Chaos, and that's incorrect. But yeah, nice little hit off the list there. I will definitely take that. That's another thing I've noticed with these set boxes. I don't know if Wizards realized like the error of their ways with the Baldur's Gate set boxes, and just how kind of, I'll say bad they were, but how uneven they were. The list hits in this Dominaria set have been, they're pretty good. There's a lot of spicy stuff on there. Weatherseed Treaty, actually an uncommon I really like. Rulik Mons, sure. Eratai Resurrected as our next rare. What was I doing here? There we go, wrong pile, that's why. Cool. Flowstone Infusion and Flutterfox, another list card that is a Throne of Eldraine common. We'll keep Orum's Chant on top there. So back to the pain lands. Again, I know it's not everyone's favorite land cycle. You can't have shocks and fetches in every set, but to me, having those be $1 or $2, again, it just feels a little bit underrated because I think they're extremely playable. I like them more than the Snarls. I like them more than I like Scrylands. I like them more than I think I like even maybe the Modal lands. But Land of War Loam Speaker, decent little rare. Shield Wall Sentinel and Loxodon Gatekeeper. That good old original Ravnica block. Loxodon Gatekeeper. Artifact, creatures, and lands your opponents control come into play tapped. What is that? Is that basically Kismet? The card Kismet, or all your stuff, all your opponent's stuff comes into play tapped? That on a creature. All right, 2 list hits. We've already got a rare and actually a double rare. And that's got a, I don't know if Loxodon has any value to it, and I'm not quite sure what Orum's is offhand, although I feel like it's got to be worth at least a few bucks. They definitely pumped up the list. Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief, popular commander card. Lagamos, Hand of the Hatred. Actually looks really good in the pack foil version. And then Shield of the Oversoul. That is a common from Shadowmoor. Good old common from Shadowmoor. I miss the Lorwyn block. I would love to revisit Lorwyn at some point. That would make me really, really happy. If we had another Lorwyn set, even Lorwyn Remastered would be pretty awesome. They could make the draft experience for Lorwyn Remastered anything like they did with Timesalver Remastered. That would be fire. Okay, what are we chasing here? Besides, besides Shieldren and Liliana, which would obviously be the top hits. Garna, Bloodfist of Keld, and a rules card. Getting ready to finish up our first column of this box. Got about 3 packs left. No mythics yet. No mythics yet. Karn Silex is another mythic I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. I haven't pulled many of the the Silverback Elder. I would like to see some of him. Defiler of Dreams, our next rare. Splatter Goblin. Good old Gobos. 2 packs left. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. What did everyone think? I don't think I've actually pulled my own Sarah Paragon yet either. So I would like to see a Sarah Paragon. I would definitely be down with that. Wingmantle Chaplain. That is a very strong limited card. It's like a ridiculous draft card to build around. Rona. Evolve Sleeper. Not like a big financial hit, but a card seeing a ton of play, so we'll put that up top. Jodas Codex in the pack flow version, also a really strong limited card. It's very good in draft. Okay, yeah, Evolve Sleeper seeing a mono black is kind of the it deck right now, at least in standard, and I think it's seen quite a bit of Pioneer action as well. Walking Bulwark. All right, we got the Pilgrim, the Sadistic Pilgrim. Hey, cool. Borderless Adakar Waste. All right. Not my favorite art. It's a little plain, but I still like it. Our first mythic of the box is going to be the Weatherlight Completed. A vehicle that's not a creature vehicle that's not really a creature vehicle. Frost Fist Strider as our pack foil. So we did finally hit our first mythic at the end of our first column. It is the Weatherlight Completed. I actually think that's the first time, it might be the first time I pulled that card. So again, all the artifacts only have one art version. So that's the only art version. So there's that version, and then there's the foil version of that, but only one art, which means that, despite all the collector boxes that are being opened with people hunting the Lost Legends card. Oh, there we go. Nice. Silverback Elder. That's a nice hit right there. So Silverback Elder still fetching about $11 or $12 as a good mythic, seeing some play. I'm not displeased with that pull. Very nice. And Drag to the Bottom. Our first foil rare of the box is going to be Drag to the Bottom. Not a huge financial hit, but a good card nonetheless. I'm going to kind of put that up there just because I think it's actually a decent card in current meta. But yeah, so whether it's Weatherlight Completed as a mythic, the Timeless Lotus, or the Karn Silex, all those collector packs that are getting cracked with all the different slots that are in there. You can't get that means you cannot get the artifacts out of those slots, which means there's a lot less of them in the market than I think some of the other mythics. Defiler of Vigor, that is a spicy rare. So that is one of the better rare hits in the set. Probably about $5 or $6 for the normal version. And Exactly one of the cards I was hoping to pull out of this box, and a actual planar chaos. So I knew that wasn't the planar. It's planar something, I can't remember, but this is actual planar chaos. Jedit, yeah, original Forest Walk, creating cat tokens with Forest Walk. That's a throwback. They did a good job with the list in this set. I know that they moved some stuff off and they moved some more stuff on, and I don't think Jedit was on there before, so kind of a fun pull. Neat. Ooh. Hey, look at that. I don't really fawn over the art cards very much, but the gold signature Liliana in the borderless for the borderless. I like that. Followed by a foil playing stained glass mountain. That's kind of fun. Again, I don't really get excited about the art cards anymore, but gold stamped Lily. Our next mythic, our third mythic of the box, is going to be Sphinx of the Clear Skies. Unfortunately, a really good limited bomb, but not a very good actual mythic outside. And we got a foil Anointed Peacekeeper. I believe I have, as far as foil Peacekeepers, I might have 3 or 4 of those already. Very strange that I keep pulling that as a foil rare. All right, we're about halfway through the box here. Would love to get one more nice mythic hit. And what else? Oh yeah, Sarah Paragon. That would be the mythic hit I would love to see. All right, Namada. Ooh, Sadistic Pilgrim and the foil version, and a Barbarian Ring off the list. Interesting. Nice little uncommon right there. I don't see that card too often, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't think I've pulled any Sarah Paragon, so I'd be thrilled with pulling one of those. I hate to put it this way, because, you know, it sounds so negative, and I try not to be negative about anything Magic related, because I love this game, but I didn't have high expectations for this set. When I was looking through, ooh, another Adhikar Waste, cool. Another Painland, I will take it, Crystal Grotto, and a Coalition Victory out of, what is that, the Time Shifted off of the original Time Spiral? Coalition Victory. Yeah, not usable in Commander, but that's a card. That's hilarious. Don't know if that has any actual value, but man, I haven't seen that card in a minute. That's wild. You know, again, I was worried that when I was looking through preview season of this set, that it was leaning too heavily off of the Lily reprint. Shieldred came out, and obviously once that card was spoiled, cut down. That's a nice uncommon as well. Once that card was spoiled, it was like, okay, well, that's a game changer as well. Sten, Paranoid Partisan, Vidalian Hexcatcher. There we go. These 3 of the 4 lords in this set, including Hexcatcher, are actually pretty decent hits. So put that up there, maybe like a $5 card or so. A Rada in the foil. I was worried that the set was leaning too heavily on the reprint of Liliana. Shieldred is obviously, again, very good. It does make the set a little bit top heavy because you've got, you know, like a $50 mythic and then like a $30, $35 mythic. But I have to say that the set is also, credit where credit is due. Ooh, yeah, Relic of Legends. I like that as a uncommon. Better than I anticipated it to be. Ageless Innovator, Jorah, and Tide Turner as our foil. And again, I don't mean that to sound like negative, like, oh, I thought the set was going to be bad. I wasn't over the moon about it. But there's some really fun, strong uncommons in the set that I think play well in Commander. There's obviously some really good mythics, right? We just talked about those already, and Johto is one of those as well. Just a automatic Commander All-Star. Choking Miasma. And we've got Baird, Argivian Recruiter. Our next Defiler is Defiler of Flesh. Colossal Growth. But, you know, the set from a limited standpoint is pretty fun. Like, I've had fun. You know, I've only had the opportunity to draft it a couple of times, but I've had a lot of fun doing it. I think there's a lot of really strong playable commons and uncommons that slot into decks. I think that introducing Liliana into Pioneer is kind of fun. So, you know, ooh, the World Spell. I think also a really underrated mythic. I'm surprised that this card isn't talked about more. Maybe it's just me being a Timmy, but I really like the 3rd chapter here. Just dropping 2 permanents out of your hand seems really good. And you can basically do it as a surprise for 7 mana. Which, you know, 7 mana is not obviously nothing, but as far as 2-card combo is concerned, resolving 1 spell to put 2 cards onto the battlefield immediately seems like it has some possibilities to it. Okay, nice. All right, foil, or not foil, stained glass island. We are getting ready to finish up our second column and move into the last column here. So we've got Vora, we've got Urborg Lurgoyf, Salvaged Mana Worker, and another list pull. This is Probe. All right, Probe. Interesting. Look at that. How many? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards off of the list already. I don't know how many more we can really expect, but that is an interesting assortment. I'm cool with the Orms chant. That's a lot of fun. All right, we're actually only at 4 mythics, despite having some spicy pulls and a lot of the good rare hits already, which is nice. We're only at 4 mythics, so we might be able to pull. I mean, I've seen boxes that have as little as 4, but as many as 7 or 8. So, all right, Golden Argosy is our rare. Impulse, foil Impulse is cool. That's fun. Okay. Other rares I'd like to see. I think we've got, like, you know, probably the best 2 already with Hexcatcher and Defiler. What am I missing? Oh, Leyline Binding. I lied. Yep, Leyline Binding. There's a rare I'd like to see as far as top end rares are concerned. All right, Protect the Negotiators. We've got Baird, Argivian Recruiter again. Radadrabic as our regular rare. Woodline Ridge as the foil. Yeah, Leyline Binding. That's a card that's seeing a ton of play. And as is the case, the price tag on that, just for the regular one, I think is like $15 to $16. So that is a pretty nice rare to have in the set where you can pull a $15, $16 rare that does add some residual value. Kind of keeps the set propped up when you have actual value in your rare slot. All right, we've got Rulik Mons as our next stained glass, and then Danitha, Banalia's Hope as our rare. Combat Research, basically like the new Curious Obsession. So, I assume that card is going to see some play, at least in Standard. I assume that card is going to see some play if it's not already. Okay. Can't say that I'm up on I'm not super well versed in what's going on in the Standard. It's another art card. I do think that is our third one of the box, so kind of holding true with what I thought. Can't say that I'm super up to snuff on what's going on in the world of Standard, but would not be surprised to see Mono Black and Mono Blue Tempo. Shadow Right Priest, a card that people are pretty excited about as far as like playability, something that I think people want to do some shenanigans with. And Slimefoot Survey. Got just a few packs left here. We're going to wrap this bad boy up. Hopefully we're good for at least 1 or 2 more mythics. I'd like to see at least 1 more. We're a little bit down value-wise, which I kind of knew we would be. Again, these boxes are they could be pretty tough, especially, you know, when they're top-heavy and you're not hitting the 2 or 3 most expensive mythics. That's kind of what happens. We've got a Karplusan Forest as a borderless land. I like that. And Urza Assembles the Titans, a card that I intend to put to some use. I think it's a fun card. I don't think it's a valuable card, but I'm going to put it up there because I like the card and I actually intend to put it in some decks as well. I think the read-ahead mechanic on the Sagas is really nice little innovation to the Sagas, which are already a well-designed, well-engineered card. Sagas in general, and I think adding that read-ahead to it really makes it extra special. All right, Sulphurous Springs, another pain land. Not upset about that, and that is our 5th one of the box. Foil Thrill of Possibility. All right, we've got 4 packs left. Where are my mythics? Where be my mythics? That's what we're missing. We're missing a nice, juicy mythic hit. Okay. We've got Weatherlight. Sarah the Redeemer. Is that Sarah the Redeemer? I don't even think I've seen that card before. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Very good. Needed one of those top-end mythics hits, and we got one. That is Liliana Vale, still holding strong at about $32, so very solid pull for us. I will absolutely take that. And then a foil Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief, followed by another list hit. This is Dromar's Cavern Plane Shift. That's what that is, right? Man, it took me forever. That's an uncommon. I have no idea if this has any value offhand, but that is our 9th card off of the list in this box. That seems like a uncommonly high amount. Beautiful Lily hit though. Very happy with that. Very happy. Never sad about seeing Liliana. Okay, Rada. Radadrabic. Someday I'll be able to say that. Kelvin Flamesage. Essence Scatterfoil. 2 packs left. 2 packs left. Man, that Lily kind of bailed us out. We got a lot of the good rares. Not gonna be not upset about our rares. You know, I can't get a leyline binding in every box, but otherwise, I think we hit most of the really good rares. We were just missing a little bit of value at the top of the mythic chain, and we got one. Silver Scrutiny as our rare. Battle Rage Blessing, and a Song of Freyalise. This is a regular Dominaria, another hit off the list, another uncommon off of the list. That is a crazy amount. What do we got? 10 cards off the list, including a bunch of uncommons, and at least, depending on how you feel about the time-shifted coalition, I would count that as more or less a rare, which gives us 3. All right, last pack. Any last pack magic? Gonna hit our stained glass cards. Okay, that is a commander rare, and we're gonna finish with a temporary lockdown. Actually, I don't see too many of those, and a Join Forces foil uncommon. Don't see too many of those temporary lockdowns. Well, there we go. Another successful set box in the in the books here. Another Liliana. I have pulled a ton of lilies, and I am not even a little upset about that. So. Yeah, you know what? I guess. I think I kind of undervalued the set. I've enjoyed it as far as a playability standpoint, what it brings to the table. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button for me. And by all means, drop me some comments. Appreciate each and every one of you. Be well.